week we talked a little bit about the difference between self-indulgence versus self-care and what those all have to do with self-love, right? Does everybody remember that? Did anybody get to practice any of that over the week? Did you partake in any self-care, any self-love?
Oh, Jeff did.
Okay.
I did
Jeff,
too. Hey,
does anybody
Stacy.
want to share? Anybody want to share what they may have
Oh, Catherine's. Yeah,
tried?
Jeff, you want to share?
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to unmute. Yeah, no, I've been working at this for almost a year now with what I went through and what you suggested. One of the things I did, the mirror stare at
Oh, are you there, Jeff?
and tried to work through that.
Jeff, you cut out. You completely
Oh,
cut out on us.
yeah, Jeff, it sounds like you're sharing something really awesome, and I don't want to miss any of it.
Okay, can you hear
Do you
me
mind
now?
repeating?
Yeah.
So, I've done a lot of things that I continue to do, and I've worked on a lot of hobbies and focusing more on me. But I really liked the mirror exercise, and I was familiar with it, but had never done it previously. So I started to work on that to see if I could just sort of alter what I felt of myself, because it wasn't all positive, honestly. So I've really focused mostly I took a lot away, and I actually sort of retentive. I took a lot of notes the last time we did this. But that one was sort of powerful for me, in addition to continuing, I take care of myself physically, otherwise, and I've been working on sleep. That's an ongoing issue for me. But I really got a lot out of that exercise, I just have to say. So I just keep trying to incorporate that.
Oh, that's great. I'm so glad you're practicing it. That makes me
And I
so
really
happy.
appreciate, Anna, your rooms and that you do these master classes, because everything's been great on circles, but this just adds something beyond that, in my opinion. So yeah, that exercise, like I said, I've heard of it. I'm familiar with it. Never did it, but I've really just been working on that throughout the week to see if maybe when I stare back, I feel a little better about things. And I have.
You have. Oh,
Yes, I have.
Yes.
Yeah, because again, it wasn't real positive when we did it last week. So.
right. It's very uncomfortable.
It is.
It's very
Yes.
uncomfortable.
So
But
that's
I'm
the
so
biggest
glad it's
takeaway that
getting
I've worked on.
better. So if you could compare the first time you did it to the most recent time you did it, what would you say the biggest difference is that you've seen when looking in your eyes? What do you see?
I've grown to see less sadness. I don't have this situation where I don't like myself, but I saw so much sadness and anger and a mixture of everything. So I've tried to fixate on that, journal a little more, and then see the more positive, because I think I just automatically was looking more for a negative, because I feel pretty wounded. It was a pretty harsh. I had a malignant narcissist, so it was particularly difficult. So.
Oh, and can I just, that's a great point that you said, Jeff. We said this last week, I think, Miranda, that, we tend to, the first thing that we start pointing out are all the things that we don't like about ourselves. Remember, like, I know some of you guys were saying, I feel I'm wrinkly. I look as tired as I feel. I look like somebody who has survived a war. I feel this way, this way. I know Catherine had some harsh criticisms for herself, which I was thinking about you this week. Catherine had some things to combat that. But you know, it's amazing just in one week to start, the 1 degree shift.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Yes.
And I want everyone to know that it's not that you don't have to immediately change those thoughts about yourself. Those are real, and it's okay to acknowledge them, because those feelings that are attached to what you saw, that's the important part that you're going to be working on healing over our next 4 weeks together and continuing. When our 4 weeks are done, our 5-week total, you're still going to be doing this work. It's not going to be all rainbows and butterflies after this. There's still more layers. There's going to be more depth. And I don't want anyone to leave the 5 weeks feeling like defeated or feeling that they weren't successful because there wasn't this immediate transformation. These things take time. You're building new synapses in the brain, right? And that can take up to 400 times thinking the new thought. Did you know that? 400 times? It's a lot.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Yeah, we have to form new neural pathways.
Correct.
And it's like it's relearning. It's relearning.
Yeah.
Really quickly though, and while we're just segue for a second, I just want to make sure Stacy and Danielle and Jay and Susan and Carly D and Kelly and Kona and Cheryl Ann and Andrea and Kelly, we see you. Welcome, you guys. We were just recapping from last week's mirror work that we did. Hi, Mary and Nikki. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so yeah, so we were just starting to get into the conversation, but so impressed, yay, Jeff. I'm so glad that you got something out of that exercise last week.
Me too. Oh, that's amazing. It's so amazing. I'd love to see the progress that we're seeing. And we're just going to keep going. This week, we are going to get a little deeper and we're going to go deeper each week. So be prepared.
Okay. Okay.
Make sure you have your journals. You may need some tissue. That's okay. Tonight, we're going to be talking about worthiness, our attachment to feeling the need to feel worthy. Why we feel like we need to feel worthy of love and why that stops us from loving ourselves.
Oh
So I
boy.
want you.
Here we go. I'm ready.
Are we ready?
Yep.
All right.
You can do this,
I'm gonna
Catherine.
ask,
We're here.
we're here. We have you. So I'm going to ask you all to take a moment. You guys all have your pen, pencil, journal, notebook, everything you need, right? We're ready?
Yep.
Okay. See some thumbs up. I see some hearts. Okay. So I want you to think about the times you felt unworthy. You can go back as far as you need to. You can make it as recent as you need to, but think of the times that you were led to believe you were not worthy. And this isn't to judge yourself harshly or to judge anybody else harshly. This is just to acknowledge the feeling. So just let yourself sit and think with that. Write them down.
Miranda, I'm going to put something in the chat for if anybody else who kind of joins us like in the middle of this exercise so they can kind of keep
Okay.
track.
Yeah.
Hi, Patty. Welcome.
Hello.
So any of the
Okay.
times that you can think of, just write them down.
Morgan, welcome. We're just writing down the times. I just put it in the chat for the people that just joined. When you
Whatever that
kind of
means to you, Kelly. I see that Kelly asked, when you say unworthiness, what do you mean? So whatever that means to you, whatever you attached it to, but it all will end up coming back to your self-love. Yes, like deserving. That's a really great question. Okay, good. So you feel like that I answered it. Okay. A lot of times there's this deep innate feeling of unworthiness that stops us, and it'll trigger things like imposter syndrome or self-destruction, self-sabotage, sabotaging relationships, friendships, blocking people out from our lives. Those are the kind of things that are signs that you have a deeper rooted feeling of unworthiness. A lot of times this is going to come from childhood, right? Those we talked last week about those first 7 years when we're still in that very egocentric development of our life and we think everything's our fault. Everything revolves around us. Well, our brains love to make sense of everything. They want answers. They want to make everything needs to be justified for our brains to comprehend our world, our worldview. So this idea of worthiness, it protects us, which sounds weird, right? Because it can be very destructive over time. But it's coming in to protect us by telling us that we aren't worthy to receive the love that we're longing for or needing, so that we can understand why we're not receiving that love that we're needing, right? Sometimes our caregivers, they may have loved us, but it wasn't the way we needed or the way we wanted. And so we have to find this reason. And that's what our brain comes up with is, oh, well, I'm just not worthy of it. No big deal. I'm just not worthy of it. But we see how that plays out later in life. Does that make sense? This is our consciousness way of trying to make sense of our world.
Mhm.
Can you feel any kind of resistance? Who noticed some resistance as they were coming up with these reasons of, or these times in their life when they felt unworthy? Who felt the resistance? Kona. Yeah.
Okay.
There's
I'm
a
glad you
lot
said
of resistance
resistance.
around.
I'm sorry?
I said, yeah, there's a lot of resistance that you can feel in that, right?
So I guess it relates to my question. For me, mass incredible resistance. It's very physical. And I had to just make a small bulleted list of a few words each because being unworthy of someone's love is the theme of my deepest trauma over the past 2 years, which was on top of trauma, and but it's the deepest one, and it has so many layers. I'm not sure is the time. You know, you said think about a time when you didn't feel worthy. If that's like my entire recent trauma that's just broken me completely, or would you prefer I pick something more specific, like something that happened, or just overall?
It's going to be easier to work with the thoughts if you can come up with the exact moments. So remember back to the stories that we
What if
told ourselves.
what if they start and they haven't stopped yet?
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
You want to go back to, let's say, for example, I can think of times specifically where my stepfather had violently abused me, threw me against a wall, busted my lip, another broken arm, whatever. And then my mom choosing him again, taking him back. Oh, he's more important. I'm not worthy of protection and love was the story. So if you can find those instances, those little stories that we told ourselves, with where there was the evidence, right, to back up this belief that we were then unworthy, those are the ones you want to bring to mind, because those are the ones over time that we're going to start trying to correct or shift.
That's why I haven't been able to even touch this one. I've been in circles over a year, the rooms several months, but it's the one I don't know how to touch because I'm literally, the words are used. You're not strong enough. You aren't healing. You're not getting better in a way that would make me feel like you've got me. I can't, you're not a strong mom anymore, and I can't look at it. And then and then her dad saying, she just needs you to look like you're okay. You don't have to be okay. And this is like CPTSD now. So it's impossible. So anyway, the words are out there and they're very clear. And that's my struggle. How do you heal in your own time? She goes to college after the summer. It's all these huge things. Anyway, if she, getting from other people and getting the message for her is, I need her to seem strong enough to be able to take care of herself and me. And I can't be around at all if it's otherwise. So anyway, it just feels so big. I'm not really sure how to write it down, but I'll stop there for now. And thank you.
Oh, Kona, thank you so much for sharing. I can just feel the emotion in your voice, and I'm just going to take a breath with you. a lot of times when we're trying to work through these things, they're going to feel bigger than us because in the moment they are. What we have to remember is that inside us, we are capable of being bigger than it. And so it's allowing yourself to breathe, allowing yourself to see it smaller and smaller. I like to do a perspective practice. This came to me just at the beach, and I know I've seen a lot of other people mention it, but I remember just being a kid and staring at the ocean and then staring out through the horizon line and then imagining out past there, what's out there past the horizon, and kind of just zooming out into outer space and then seeing the planet and the whole our galaxy and the universe, and then zooming back in and seeing how tiny I am, sitting there on the beach. And it was just this whole perspective play of seeing myself as so big and so small at the same time. And then realizing if I'm that small, then my problems just felt even smaller. And goodness, I think I was 14 or 15 at the time. But I still play with that whenever I go to the mountains or the beach, and you can just get this shift in perspective according to your view, right? And so whatever you can use to help yourself shift perspectives, getting another view and get bigger than your problems, realizing that you really are bigger. Your spirit is infinite. And the problems, the issues, the things that we're dealing with really are so small. They really are, even though they impact us so greatly. It's for this moment, this chapter in our life, and they really are here to help us, even if it doesn't feel that way right now in the moment. It's once we get past them that we can see, that hindsight 2020 thing. It's a fun thing. Couldn't I see your hands still up? Do you have something
Just
else?
real quick, yeah, because I'm quite experienced with 20 some years of multiple traumas. The thing about bigger than me, this is the one human my body was able to grow. The one human I kept safe.
Yeah.
The one human I protected. The one human, it's me and her till the end. And all of our strategies for anxiety and finding the joys in life were all because she had to she had to go back and forth, and she did not want to be there. And so my existence wraps around her. I am supposed to be her umbrella, her wings. Just if I'm not doing anything, just standing by. I can't see her as bigger than me. And maybe I'm not using the right words, and I'm not trying to challenge you, but this is where I am stuck.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I
I
know
see.
I see Danielle and Cheryl Ann, and we have stuff going in the chat too, Miranda too.
Oh, my chat's not showing anything.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
gosh.
go out and come back in, but I was gonna give the other ladies a chance. Maybe they had something for Kona.
Sorry.
Danielle, do you?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I just wanted to speak to Kona. I feel
Yeah.
you. I'm trying to, well, I've had past traumas, but it's also involving my daughter, and I just, and people want me to get better and move on, and it's not like I don't have a life. It's just that like this life that came from me, it's just one and the same. Like I just wanted to say I understand. I
Thank
completely
you.
understand that feeling.
Yeah,
And,
I've heard bits
yeah.
of your story, Danielle. Wanted to tell you the same. That I send you love because it's just for a very chronically ill, all these things person. She's the best thing I ever did, and the only person. And I only got half time because her dad's a narcissist, and even though he did not earn even joint custody, but got 50-50, and so this countdown of 2 years left until she's in college. No matter what's going down, I'm going to make them good. And then I've lost almost all of it, and I know Danielle, people are experiencing that. I can't even. I can't even breathe talking about it. So I know I'm bringing like a huge thing into this. But your question, wow, it got me there. And so maybe I'm supposed to.
I'm proud of you, Kona. Keep going. We have more to cover, and I feel like if we just keep going, it will help you. But I want to give Cheryl Ann a chance to speak. I see your hand up. Go ahead.
Kona can go on. Only thing, okay, for me personally, I felt as though the question
Mhm.
was covering too much for me
Okay.
because I came up with so many different things that happened to me in my childhood that made me feel like I'm not valuable.
Mhm.
However, I didn't feel the way I used to feel about them prior to doing with my therapist and doing EMDR. So some of them I'm able to not feel as stressed, but to be bringing up all of them at the same time to me is a lot.
It can
And I
be a lot.
don't know if
Bring
that's
up.
what Kona is going on, is
You
what's
just want
happening
to
with
bring up
her.
what you can handle. Whatever comes to mind that you can handle right now. It doesn't have to be a running list of your entire life.
Oh, well,
But
that's
think
what I
of the
was
time.
doing. I was writing a list and I got down to like number 6.
If
Yeah.
if you can write down 6, that's awesome. I would hang on to them. If
But I
if
felt like,
you're ready to
I
put them
felt
on
like they
paper,
were, right. And I felt like some of them were too triggering for me um, to be handling on my own. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know. So I don't know if anybody else feels the same way also. But I'm picking up that what Kona is going through may be similar with her particular situation. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I could be wrong.
I think only Kona could answer that.
Okay.
But I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
she can answer.
But I
Go
just
ahead,
want you
Miranda.
guys to hang on. This is the very first question, the very first prompt. We have so much to help you through this question. It's designed to feel triggering. It's designed to make you uncomfortable because that's where the growth happens, right? We don't grow in our safety zone. We grow in a growth zone, which is outside of that. So does that answer your question at all, Sherilyn? Does that make you feel like we can keep going?
I was just kind of concerned for Kona also.
Yeah.
I was kind of feeling her. And because sometimes if the meeting finishes in 30 minutes and that to leave her like that,
Oh
you
no.
know.
I would
So
definitely reach out.
that's just a
And
concern too.
everybody is always free to reach out to me here in
Bless
Circles.
your heart. I'm okay. I have a lot of support, and thanks to Circles, finally found I finally have access to someone I can work with one-on-one. The thing is that there's literally so much piled in there. This is the one on top, but I can see my worth. I can see my value in all the other things that happened to me. Everything. And I had a really good therapist who worked with me for 12 years. She helped me survive, and then I was ready to start bringing stuff up to process it, and we scheduled it for a Tuesday and a Thursday, but over the weekend she had her 52nd birthday, but she needed to be gone, and so everything prior to that disappeared or went way, 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 way down. And I've been grieving that for so long. When my stepdad passed, it was not nearly as emotionally. She was my safe person and my protector, and 12 years. And this is why I'm alone. This is why literally no one is around me, because if I try to open my mouth I don't know where to start. And I try to start, and I go all these different directions. There's so much. And I know I need to do it. I need to do the work one-on-one. And I appreciate the support. The support I get here is wonderful. But honestly, it's just one thing. The day my daughter packed up and left. That's one thing that I did not feel worthy. And the thing is, that day has continued after moving to another house where the trauma didn't happen. She was going to move in for her senior year. We had all these plans. But she never told me, but it became quite clear, being avoided by them, that she wasn't going to. So it's that one thing, but it has different, intensities. Emotional regulation is what I'm working on. And I know I need the work one-on-one because it is very complex. But I love everyone at Circles. I love how you look out for each other. And I really don't want to take all the time. And I'm very appreciative.
Thank you, Kana.
Thank you so much.
Really,
We
really
love
quick, and I
you.
know, yes, we do. We're sending you big hugs and lots of love, girl. You have come so far already, and I know, you're going to continue in your healing journey. Miranda, as we move on, I do want to welcome Bonham and Jill and Patty and um, Phil and Peaceful and Paul to the room. So welcome, you guys. We're just doing an exercise about when we felt unworthy, and we really, it just that one question has just, basically, I mean, it's just started just this amazingly deep conversation. So um, I'll let you carry on, Miranda.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to get through a few more parts of this and then we'll take some more questions and comments again. But so our question was, when did you believe you were unworthy? The follow-up to that is why? Why did you believe you were unworthy? That's just something for you to write down, start to explore, and keep going with. But our next segment of this is understanding the needs that we had that weren't met. So I want you to acknowledge the needs that were not met. But this doesn't mean to blame or find fault or even resentment. There's no judgment in this. It's just acknowledging. It's saying, okay, these needs that I had as at this age, at this time, this point in my life were not met. Who did not meet those needs? Again, without judgment or fault or blame. Acknowledging who did not meet them, what those needs were. And then it's starting to ask yourself, how can I meet those needs? How can I meet those needs now? How can I reassure myself? How can I make myself feel loved? How can I meet these? So with your pen and paper, just start to write down who didn't meet your needs, what those needs were. How do you wish they would have met those needs? And then just start to explore, how can you meet those needs now? And if you don't know the exact answer, that's okay. This is a prompt. This is to help you start thinking. Sometimes it takes meditation or prayer before these answers come. But this is just the question I want you to work through. How can I meet those needs now? Yeah, Catherine, go ahead.
When it all stems from childhood, how do you answer that question? How can I meet those needs now? Because it's something that was denied when you really needed it as a kid. I don't know. I'm just not sure how I'd go about answering that question.
It's an excellent question. So again, reminding you that we don't have to come up with the answer right now. It's about sitting with it for a while, letting the answer come. But essentially, I want you to remember that if you needed it as a child and it was not met, you can also ask yourself if you still need this met. Do you still feel like you need this, whatever it is that you did not receive? Do you still feel like you need to receive it? Answer that before then deciding whether or not or how you're going to go about meeting that need. And then depending on what the need is, I can help you work through what it is, any other ideas that you could use to meet that need. But remember, we talked about inner child work before. So a lot of that could happen in inner child work, depending on, the age that it happened, or when the need was not met. I saw another hand up and it went down. Do we not have another question? Oh, Patty. Patty, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I go along with the childhood thing. I think I know that's why we're looking for that in someone else, I believe. Because mine was like when I was growing up, there was 7 of us in our family, and I was the youngest. And but I was from a different marriage, so my brothers and sisters were all up north, and I was by myself. But it generated from, how kids are. You don't have the newest stuff. You don't have the Nikes. You don't have the fancy things, that kind of thing. And they kind of segregated me from that. And it went on through childhood, on through up. But yeah. And I don't know how you would meet. I'm the same question or answer as what was spoken before, is you don't know really how to find that need. And yeah, I guess you try to find it in someone else, just to find acceptance and love outer instead of looking inside yourself. That's where we end up finding these narcissists, or just, I don't know. That's how I got into it. I think I'm looking for it in someone else besides myself.
I think that's a huge aha type moment.
Yeah.
Awareness is key.
What was that?
I said awareness is key.
Oh, yes.
And you've got it, like you said, an aha moment, that awareness change can happen now from the awareness. And we do look for things outside of ourselves. We do look for answers outside of ourselves, I think, and we look for somebody to come in and, I guess, for lack of better words, rescue us. But really, we're left to rescue ourselves. We have to become our own superheroes.
True.
It's hard to do. Easy to say and hard to do.
That's what everybody's doing here, though. That's what everyone's doing here. You are rescuing yourself. You are saving yourself.
You're your own superhero.
And we're going to just take a couple more comments and questions before we get into our meditation for tonight. It is a little bit longer than last week. I want to make sure we get through it. It is more of a hypnosis. So I see we have 3. We're going to go with Catherine, then Sherilyn, and then Jay. Oh, go ahead, Catherine.
My aha moment is just realizing now what my psychiatrist was trying to do with me. She basically got me to be dependent upon her and tried to wean me off of her as a way of a parent going through a second childhood and then being stronger coming out the other side. I think I finally got what she was talking about.
Oh my gosh, I want to give you snaps for that. Told you in my Zoom groups we do snaps. Cone is giving you applause. Yes, Catherine. Yes. Yes. Okay, I see Sherilyn next, and then we'll have Jay. Go ahead, Sherilyn.
I guess I'm not going to get that applause. I, I was only able to think on one of my questions, and it was my uncles had left me behind, and I had got lost. I was probably about 3 or 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
They had hold on to my sister's
You want to
hand.
watch TV?
Oh,
They had hold on to my
You
other
want to watch
sister's
TV? Say,
hand.
my dish enough for this rubber band. I get tired of
Hannah,
rubber
can you
bands.
mute Patty?
Oh,
There we go.
There you go. There you go. You're
Sorry,
good. You're
Sherilyn.
good.
Go ahead.
Having fun. They had hold on to my other sister's hand, who is like my stepsister's hand, and left me behind. Um, I definitely, when I think of that, I feel like it came from that feeling
Mhm.
unworthy. Um, when of course, I would say by who it was my uncles, and yeah, but then when I came to that last question, um, what was the question?
Who did
How
not
to
meet your needs?
acknowledge?
You said them, and then how can you meet
Yeah,
your needs now? Yeah,
yeah. So, so there, I'm stuck.
that's okay. That's okay. I want to remind everybody again, this question is not one where you're going to come up with an answer right away, most likely. This is something for you to sit on. It's something for you to ponder. It's something for you to journal about, meditate on. If you pray, maybe it looks like prayer for you. This is something that's going to take time, but the answer is inside you. You are the only one who knows what that need is and how to meet it.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. The mirror work could be part of that. The mirror work that we used last week be a great part of it. But I promise you, the answer's there. The answer's there.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, and then we are going to have Jay.
Okay, I hope this isn't too difficult, but what happens if your unworthiness stems from something that's out of your control? And so basically, ever since I was a kid, I've always dreamed of being a mom or becoming a mom. And I am now processing my second miscarriage, and it is very hard on me. I know that this time is the worst one because I'm still getting all of my pregnancy symptoms and everything. So it's very hard for my mind to kind of connect like that this pregnancy is over. Um, but it really hits. And so like with the topic of unworthiness, like it's out of my control. You know, I did the best I could. Um, but yeah, obviously I know that it's a very touchy subject. Um, but yeah, do you have any um helpful tips and in the aspect of when things are out of your control and how you can get yourself through that unworthiness feelings?
Oh, Jay, my heart is so with you. I've had 2 miscarriages myself, and I can go right back into that pain and remember the heartache. And yes, I was still having pregnancy symptoms for a while, even after there was no more heart beating. So I want you to know that you're not alone, and I want you to know that that I understand the pain and sorrow that brings, and I'm so sorry you're going through it. When it comes to the unworthiness, I kind of want to ask you a little bit more about it. I don't want to just assume, but what exactly about it, in your words, do you feel unworthy?
I think it's the fact is that like my mind tells me that like I'll never become a mom, and so
like I feel like I'm doing things wrong. So that's why I can't become a mom. But it's like I am doing like so much in my life that I don't understand. So I don't know if that even answers your question.
Let me again. I don't want to just assume, but then, but just to help you out, is it a statement of maybe I am not worthy to be a mom? Is that where you're struggling?
I think that's what it is.
That belief, is that the
Yeah.
belief maybe that's coming up?
Yeah. Sorry, my dog's in the background.
I hear him. Um, all I can say for that one right now, since you're still going through it, is that it's going to take a little time first. That wound is raw. Raw wounds are a whole different ballgame. They need some time to scab over. Right now, you're still metaphorically bleeding out, right? I would give yourself some time and space for that one. I could tell you there's so many women out there that struggle with that same feeling, and but that, I don't think that helps. I don't think it helps you to just know that there's other women out there who want babies too. Like, that's not helpful. So all I can say is to give yourself time to keep showing up for you, keep showing up here, keep doing these things that show you that you do love yourself. There's nothing I can say that is going to help reassure you that you're going to be a mother. Like, that's not something I can do. I just, it's so hard to bring this perspective and come out of where you are right now and trust that, as cliche and yucky as it sounds, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and that's outside of our control, like you said, and we have to come to this place of acceptance, and that is such a challenging one. It's a really big, challenging one. And I don't expect you, and I hope you don't have any expectations for yourself to try and get there right now, especially right now while your body is still producing all of the hormones and you're still experiencing all of the pregnancy symptoms. So please, all I can say is be gentle with yourself, be patient with yourself, and allow whatever feelings, whatever grief, whatever you're feeling to just come up. And hold that space for yourself, which is an act of love. That's showing yourself love, just to hold the space for yourself and allow. I'm sorry, I don't have the answers for you.
No, but your reassurance does truly help. So thank you. I know that I just need, obviously I need time and everything. So thank you for that.
You're welcome, Jay.
I'm here for you, Jay. We're sending you so much love tonight, Jay. Miranda, I know before you're going to do your meditation, I just want to make sure that we welcome, Elle and Ellie and A and Kate and Elizabeth and Karen and Hope and Carrie and Angie and Andrea. We see you. Welcome to the group, you guys. Miranda, I do have a hard stop at 11 for myself. I can keep the room open if you go a little bit over, I'll keep the room open for you guys, but I do have to pop off at 11.
Okay. All right. I should be able to get through this by then.
Okay. Well, yay.
I just want to tell everybody, in case everybody does have to get off at that time, just want to say good night to everybody and thank you so much for being here, for showing up for yourself again. I know this is hard work, and I just respect the hell out of you for doing it, because I know it's not easy. I've done it myself. I know how challenging it is. So thank you. Thank you very much.
You guys, I'm so proud of you for hanging in there and allowing yourselves to go through a process and trusting us with that and trusting yourselves.
Yeah. And throughout the
There's
week,
so much strength.
if things come up, feel free to reach out in circles in the chat. Find me. You can follow me and then just reach out and message me if something comes up. I'm happy to answer questions.
Thank you for that, Miranda.
Of course, of course. So now I'm going to ask you to go ahead and get comfortable, really comfortable, supported position. Make sure your head's supported. It's not going to just hang. You can lie down or sit up straight. And I want to remind you that this moment is about you. Nothing else matters. Nothing but your own personal breakthrough, your own gift to yourself. Now you can close your eyes if you haven't done so already. And I want you to bring all your awareness to the position of your body. Feel your body. Relax in your body. Feel your breath. And feel the present feelings of relaxation that are spreading through your mind and your muscles from your head to your toes. Enjoy the feeling of lightness. Enjoy the feeling that may accompany your breathing. And take a deeper breath. In and out, rhythmically. Find your comfort zone. Gently moving into the place within you. Allowing the worries of the world around you to fall away. To fall off the left side of your body and off the right side of your body. Your whole energy is you, vibrating and slowly into a beautiful state of comfort. Imagine you're protected. Feel this positive, protective energy through your entire body, and all the learning that takes place will take place with ease and grace. Release any negative thoughts about past decisions, past experiences, past concerns, or past disruptions in this moment. Acknowledge yourself just as you are. In this moment, you are authentic with yourself and with others. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, relax your body. And now we're going to rewrite your story. You get to rewrite it the way you choose for it to be told. You don't have to erase chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, or 14. It's absolutely okay the way it's written, but you get to write the future. I'm going to count you down from 5 to 1, and as I count down, your breathing is going to begin to deepen. Your body is going to begin to relax, and all outside noise and chatter is going to dissolve. 5, breathing deeply, feeling peace in your core. 4, breathing out, trusting the feelings of inner worthiness, accepting yourself fully, knowing what you've always known. 3, deep breath. Feel your body, know your worth. You've always been valuable. You've always been special. 2, breathe out. Replace past thoughts with new possibility. Breathe out and replace old fears with new decisions. New decisions about the life that you are creating in this moment. 1, you are at complete peace. You are available to new creation. You're sitting in your power. You're lying in your strength. You're bathed in new possibility, resting in your greater awareness. Now, in your mind, repeat after me. I love and bless the past. I love, bless, and release the past. I move with mindful intention. I learn from all of my experiences. My lessons prepare me for my breathtaking future. I'm able to use every past experience to prepare me for this moment. There's no need to apologize for my past choices. I've made the best choices I could based on what I knew. I live in possibility. Shame, blame, guilt, regret, or anger have no power over me. I evict shame, blame, guilt, regret, and anger. I say goodbye to them right now. I am my own best friend. I will speak on my behalf. I will love me first. I will be the first example of what it looks like to love me. I declare what I need, and I give myself what I need. I have everything I need to live a joyful and abundant life within me. There is nothing I need to feel whole and complete that lives outside of me. Everything I need to feel whole and complete is inside of me. I am enough. I've always been enough. I bless my lessons learned through my family. I bless understanding why and who they are, and that I am enough, regardless of what's happened. I bless my lessons learned through my relationships. As I mature, as I grow, as I have more compassion for myself and forgiveness for myself, my relationships evolve as well. I bless my lessons learned through the difficult moments of my life. It is because of those lessons that I have determination. It is because of these lessons that I'm ready for my next blessing. I recognize now that the experiences that I used to tell myself I wasn't worthy are the very experiences that have made me more prepared. I've realized that everything in my life is fuel. Everything in my life is fertilizer, helping to grow and birth my breathtaking future. I get it now. I was always designed to win. I was always designed to win. The victory is mine, and the outcome is already brilliant. Taking a deep breath right now and being in this beautiful moment with myself and acknowledging I am enough. I've always been enough. And I can use every experience that I've ever had to make me the person that I am. And every experience that I've had, as painful, as challenging, and as unfair as they may have seemed, they have helped to make me strong, to make me forgiving, to facilitate the greatness, the perseverance, and the tenacity in my soul. I am here. I am here whole and complete. I am still here. I am still standing. I am a powerful being of possibility, and today I declare unapologetically that I'm stepping into my greatness. I'm allowing my light to shine. Today, I stand in my greatness. I own my champion. I recognize my genius, and I embrace my brilliance. Today, I get it. I get who I am, and I own who I am. And I realize that dimming my light does not serve me. I breathe in the love and the joy that I deserve. I've always deserved it. And I exhale the doubt and the worry that they won't accept me as I am. I love me as I am. I open my arms to me saying, "Welcome home. I've missed you." Now let's go out and introduce ourselves to the world. We are ready, and we are worthy, and we have always deserved it. So take another deep breath. Feel your body. Go ahead and bring your hands to your heart. Feel your heart beating. Feel yourself breathing. Feel your hands and your fingertips and the tingle of aliveness. Now feel your extremities begin to move and your body slowly stretching into your new possibility. Feel your greatness moving through your body via your breath. Feel your aliveness and the brightness of your future as you slowly open your eyes. Feel the movement in your cheeks as you open up to a smile for yourself. Take another deep breath, breathing in the new possibility and opportunity. And then go ahead and exhale anything that might get in your way. Again, exhale. And welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that meditation. Know that as we continue on this journey together, eventually your questions will be answered. Eventually, through time and practice and repetition, you will know you're worthy. Oh, I'm glad you guys liked the meditation. Again, when you're going through this and you need additional support, please reach out. Just message me, DM in the chat, because I know this isn't easy, and I want you to know that I'm here. I want you to know you don't have to do this alone. Yes, it's called a practice for a reason. It does take so much time to rebuild these neural pathways. So keep practicing. Know that you're worth it. Love yourself enough to keep going. And I will see you all next week. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so, so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Very welcome. For recording, I didn't even know that this was recorded. So I will have to ask Anna. Yeah, I'll have to message her and find out. Yeah, I wasn't, because I believe in order to record anybody speaking, you have to have permission. So I don't know that these are recorded. Somebody's saying they're on Spotify.
Yeah, when I came in, it had a disclaimer. It says this is recorded, and it had me mash a button to agree. Yeah, as far as I know, all the master classes are recorded. At least this one was,
Okay.
but it had the little disclaimer thingy.
Well, I learned something new tonight. Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome.
Oh, Jay put the link. Thank you, Jay, for the link. I am going to use that. Jay said it takes about 2 days for it to show up there. Okay.
Thanks for the link.
Oh, yeah, that was Jay, yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.